It's time for Access the Experts from the University of Nebraska at Omaha with your host, Brandon Axamit.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Access the Experts on News Channel Nebraska, where every Tuesday and Thursday, University of Nebraska at Omaha faculty members answer today's questions facing our state. Now today we have the pleasure of hearing from Dr. Wei Rowe, who is a finance, banking, and real estate professor at UNO. So Dr. Rowe, today's question is, are banks still a good place to put money?
Thank you for the question, Brandon. The short answer is yes. It is still a good place to put money. I give 4 reasons. First, banks are safe with Fdic insured deposits. 2, banks are the most regulated financial institutions. 3, Fintechs are not better alternatives to replace banks. 4th, Nebraska banks are doing great. I will discuss the 4 points in detail next. First, banks are safe with Fdic insured deposits. A bank provides a safe place to put money because its deposits are Fdic insured. Since 1933, no one has lost a penny for insured deposits. The standard insured amount is $250,000. Banks are the most regulated financial institutions. Bank examiners perform on-site examinations regularly and use the Camel's rating system to evaluate the overall health of the bank and its ability to manage risk. The third point, Fintechs are not better alternatives to replace traditional banks. Some fintech companies provide convenience and niche service to consumers, but at the expense of limited and ambiguous regulation and higher risk. For example, the money sits in Venmo are not insured as Fdic insured bank deposits. Cryptocurrency savings accounts typically offer no protection. The last point, Nebraska banks have been doing great. In Nebraska, we have 12 national banks and 145 state banks. Nebraska consumers have many choices. If one fails, they can choose another one. We're quite lucky. 561 U.S. banks failed between 2001 and 2021. 4 were Nebraska banks, mostly due to large out-of-territory loan losses and mismanagement. I have conducted research comparing Nebraska banks with banks of the neighboring states, such as Colorado, Kansas, Iowa, and South Dakota. I found that Nebraska banks are doing very well in profitability and risk management. To summarize, banks provide safety and soundness, reputation and trust, and packaged value to consumers. I expect a strong, bright future for Nebraska banks. Banks are still a good place to put money. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rowe, for sharing your expertise on the topic. Now for our viewers at home, we want you to interact with UNO's experts, so if you have a question that you want answered, submit it at newschannelnebraska.com.
Access the Experts, presented by the University of Nebraska at Omaha. If you have questions, submit them on our website and join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:46 a.m. while we answer your questions.